Everyone thought the NBA offseason was over. They were wrong. In the span of 6 weeks, 4 franchises were completely rebuilt, and the reason had nothing to do with talent. Every summer, the NBA moves money, Supermax extensions, max contracts, role players getting overpaid because the cap went up, and somebody has to spend it. But this summer, something shifted. LeBron James walked away from $52.63 million a year to sign a 2-year, $8 million deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. Not because the Lakers couldn't pay him, because he chose a harder road. Giannis Antetokounmpo requested a trade. Not because Milwaukee isn't a contender, because the window was closing, and he could feel it. Cooper Flagg declared for the draft.
In the 2025 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg from Duke University.
Not because he was ready, because the league was about to change forever. And none of this happened in a vacuum. LeBron's decision wasn't about geography. Cleveland offered the emotional homecoming. Miami offered the heat culture. Golden State offered a ready-made dynasty. He chose Philadelphia. Joel Embiid recruited him personally, a bond forged in the 2024 Olympics. Bob Myers pitched the vision from ownership. The Sixers built a roster that said, "Win now, not later." But here's what nobody talks about. LeBron took less money than any superstar in NBA history has ever voluntarily accepted. That's not a contract negotiation. That's a statement. Giannis didn't ask out because Milwaukee failed him. The Bucks built around him. They won a championship. He had loyalty, history, a city that loved him.
Kevin Durant is a little one-legged fadeaway, and they're going right back to it.
Caruso's on him now. Caruso is a great defender, but this is a mismatch for most players. And Antetokounmpo.
But loyalty doesn't win a second ring. Miami offered something Milwaukee couldn't, a ready-made ecosystem. Bam Adebayo, a culture of maximal effort. Pat Riley's track record of turning talent into championships. The trade request wasn't about running away. It was about running toward something. Most franchises spend years chasing one superstar. The Sixers landed one in July and weren't finished by August. J.Lo Brown wasn't supposed to be available. Boston had just won a championship with him. He had the max extension. He had the ring. He had everything a superstar is supposed to want. That's what made the trade so shocking. Not a disgruntled star forcing his way out. Not a front office punting on a rebuild. A championship core broken apart at its peak because the front office believed the timeline had already peaked too. Boston sent him to Philadelphia for Paul George.
2 first-round draft picks, 2 second-round picks.
Philadelphia didn't just land LeBron. They landed 2 of the best players available in the same summer. That's not a rebuild. That's not a retool. That's a front office deciding the window is now.
Nice pass court box. Feed inside to Kuzma. He lost the handle momentarily, but held on. And Kyle Kuzma has been active off the bench.
And refusing to leave anything to chance. Here's the thing about NBA off-seasons. Front offices grade them on paper. Did they get the best player? Did they win the trade? Did they maximize their cap space? But paper doesn't measure pressure. LeBron didn't go to Philadelphia because it was safe. Safe was staying in Los Angeles. Safe was taking the $50 million. Safe was retiring a Laker. Giannis didn't request a trade because Milwaukee was bad. Easy would have been running it back. Easy would have been the Supermax extension. Jaylen Brown didn't force a trade because Boston failed him. He won a championship there. He had the loyalty, the banner, the city, not because the roster couldn't compete, because a front office looked at a spreadsheet and decided the timeline had already peaked. Sometimes the ending isn't written by the guy holding the trophy. It's written by the front office looking at a spreadsheet.
Horford.
They all chose the harder path, not because they had to, because they believed. That's the difference between a good roster and a great one. Not talent, not money, belief. So where does this leave us? Philadelphia already had LeBron. Now it had Brown too, a player who already knows what winning feels like. That's not measurable in a trade grade. It shows up in April. Miami has Giannis, the most dominant physical force in the game.
A good job on him a couple of times. Bobby Portis right off the bench does what he does best, knocks down a three.
Now unlocked from a system that had run its course. And every other team in the league is asking the same question. What do we do now? The Lakers are rebuilding. The Bucks are resetting. The Knicks are watching from the sidelines, wondering if their moment has passed or hasn't arrived yet. One summer changed everything. Not because of trades, not because of contracts, because 4 of the most talented players in the world decided that talent alone wasn't enough. Jaylen Brown didn't ask for this. He didn't request a trade, didn't demand a new city, didn't leak it to reporters. He showed up, played, won a championship.
You're better off giving the left. Watch, this little stumble right there makes him think that he can get that ball.
And got traded anyway. Because being clutch isn't about staying somewhere. It's not about loyalty being repaid. It's about proving your value is real, even when the people who saw it firsthand decide to let you go. LeBron James didn't need Philadelphia. Giannis Antetokounmpo didn't need Miami. Jaylen Brown didn't need to be traded to a new city with something to prove.
They chose it anyway. Because being clutch was never about the shot at the buzzer. It's not about the safe extension, the comfortable homecoming, or the guaranteed max deal. It's about moving toward uncertainty when everyone else is moving away from it. This is clutch culture. Talent gets you noticed, but being clutch makes you unforgettable. Subscribe, like, comment. Can the Sixers super team actually work, or is this chaos waiting to happen?